It's New Year's Eve. We've got chili on the stove, and we're going to make up our favorite accompaniment to our vegetarian chili, and that's green chili cornbread muffins. This is a pretty simple recipe. It's a bunch of dry ingredients, a bunch of wet ingredients. We're going to combine those together, and the full recipe says that it makes 12 regular muffins. But we're in Texas, so we're going to make 6 big muffins because these go great with a bowl of chili. So we're going to whip up the dry, whip up the wet, and I'll meet you over here in just a sec. All right, so I've taken all the dry ingredients, and I'm just going to give them a quick whisk to get the baking powder all mixed in and everything kind of the clumps out. For the wet ingredients, we're going to do egg whites, and I give those a quick whisk. We're not trying to get any kind of stiff peaks out of them or anything like that. We're just trying to break them down a little bit. They'll just start to foam. And then I'm going to drizzle in my melted butter. And just get some air into them, just like that. No big deal. Then green chili, I like a lot. You can decide how much you like. And then we're using creamed corn. The recipe calls for 8 ounces. We cannot find 8-ounce cans anywhere anymore. So this is a 14.75 ounce can, and I'm using half. I froze the other half. We'll use it in the next recipe when we make these, again, because we make this all the time. And I'm just going to whisk it up like that. I'm not trying to get anything other than just get it consolidated. Now here's the thing. Don't overbeat this. It's better to have it too lumpy than have it too smooth. Okay? So we are going to just fold this a few times, just enough to get it dry into wet, and leave it a little lumpy. Just like that. Okay? I said before I'm using this big old Texas size muffin tin. This is awesome. You can do smaller tins. You can butter them if you want. You can use the little cups if you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to pop them in here. My oven is at 425. The original recipe called for 375, and it just wasn't working. So I upped the temperature, and we've had a lot better success with it. Looks like my eggs were a little thin today, so I'm a little less. Let me see if I can cheat here. We're doing this in one take. Mary Jane's going to stay with me. I like you guys to see my mistakes and my successes. I'm just going to grab a little out of each one of these. They should be about 2/3 full because that baking powder, they will rise. So I'm not going to overwork them. Just going to get them in like that. They're going to go in like that, and you're going to see just how awesome they are when they come out. So we're at 425. We're going to go for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to let them cool, and then we're going to bring in the chili and everything. It's all going to come together. It's New Year's Eve. Our phones are going off like crazy because we have family like you all around the world. So we'll be right back. So we forgot to add the milk. That's why the dough is so lumpy before. And, okay, so I forgot to add the milk, not Mary Jane. Okay, but we added it back, and you can see they're nice and golden brown. They didn't rise as much as they usually do because I had to beat the milk in, which goes against beating them too much. So anyway, but I wanted to show you that they do come out really well. I'm just going to free them from the cups here. Just using a butter knife to loosen them up. Nice and golden brown. Yours will rise better if you remember the milk and then don't overbeat them. Okay? So I'm going to let them cool here on the wire rack for just a few minutes, and then we will open them up on the chili episode. And I don't have a glass of wine, but I will tell you I love you guys.